Hello traders, petar.jacimovic here. I wanted to update on my positions right now and tell you what is my current positioning and what I did with my positions on euro dollar and USD Japanese yen. I will start with euro versus US dollar, and I want to inform you that basically I exited positions on my longs. I exited my longs position. I got a long from 1.1835 and I exited this point. Even my stop loss was slightly lower. I wanted to exit before because I saw that there is no more mean of holding this position. So this is the rule. We said it's very important. It's cut the loss. So stop loss is there only to protect you from some unusual spikes or something in the market. But you should watch for to cut your stop if you lose the mean of your entry and you see that something is going on in the market. You need to adjust to that and rebuild your trading. So right now, basically, I established a sell position on euro versus US dollar. I'm bearish from 1.1740. This is my entry. I started to sell the euro versus US dollar. We got a broken upward trend line. We spoke about this. Was about 18 days length, this upward trend line. What I also found is basically I placed the expansion level from this high, low, and this high, and I got potential objective points. My aim for this is to try to reach 500 or 600 pips in next period. So when I say that, first my main goal is right now to let the price and try to see the testing of 1.1560, which is a critical for euro versus US dollar, and this is the low from this point here. So I want to see the test and potentially secure my position if that happens. So I want to, my actually plan here is to sell here, potentially if the price reach this low, secure and break even, and that wait for potential breakout and see how that will play for potential lower prices. The breakout to 1.1560 may confirm potential retest to potential testing of 1.1425, which will be the 100% move from this leg. Or if the price got more power, it can even go to this low, because this is also a very good cluster as well, together with strong expansion there, 161.8. So the reason why, now you're wondering why I was bullish and right now I'm bearish basically. The actually clue, one of the critical clues I found is the gold. What happened in the gold is actually just starting of the dollar strength, in my opinion. So watch this and watch price action on the gold. Now we know the coloration, when the gold is dropping, when the gold is bearish, dollar is bullish basically. So it's a total inverse coloration. And guess what? Informed traders, some group of informed traders, or they started to distribute before even we got today news on ADP non-farm employment change and before the interest rate decision. So they have some informations. Of course, they are more informed since they got access to also some premium features as well. They use the Bloomberg terminals, and as well they can, they understand the money flow, and they're much more informed. And the reason is, we must follow them. The good clue right now is that gold drop yesterday. You see the clear breakout. I will just zoom you out, and if you see this trend line, this is a major upward trend line, and it was broken. And not just that, we also broke this trading base from about 50 days. So this is a critical sign that dollar is building the strength, and that happened when? Before these very important events like today, and like the critical, like December 13, I think it's an interest rate decision where we expect increasing in rate. But the gold gave a sign, the dollar actually is very vulnerable for more, let's say that euro dollar is vulnerable for more sell-off since we expect a stronger dollar, right? Price is also on the gold trading right now 12.47, but price got to plenty of room downwards. Even if price go to retest this cluster, if that happens, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that we might see testing of 12.06 and later on major 11.25. So there is a plenty of space, and this will move. This can cause the strength on the dollar all around. Now back on the euro. EUR confirmed breakout of the upward trend line and started before the gold drop, but the gold generally confirmed the strength on the dollar. Okay. Now I spoke about the euro and how firstly it was head and shoulders formation, and this is a clear topping formation. There is no way. This is a we call this topping mansion formation, where you see the clean curve, you know, and the clean topping formation, head and shoulders. Fail in terms of, we said that fail is if the right shoulder was broken, but if you place all the way stop here, then it's still active. The point is, topping action is there, and this topping action, it's already in present 86 days. So this can be a critical shift for a further downward trend on the euro versus US dollar, and this can go, we can go to the new bullish trend. I will just give you a similar thing which happened on the bottom. Very similar thing which happened on the bottom, except back in 2016, the same period, guys. So pardon, just a second. The same period, guys. You see head and shoulders here. Now if you gather this, just a second, if you put this line here, you see the breakout here. Now what happened? Price try also to negate that, and then we started a major uptrend. Watch this. How much it took? Guess what? 85 days to 96 days. If we back here, reverse that, how much it take? 90 days already present. So 3 months of bottoming on the major upward trend. Also around 3 months already topping activity on the euro. Guess what? It might happen that we again see the major downward trend starting just from this point. Okay. So again, this is a thing which, you know, which I found, and so the gold basically is key level here, very important level for us. Okay, and the gold gave us a pretty good clue of, you know, for the further US dynamic. Okay, USD yen, I just also closed your Japanese yen. I don't want to hold anymore that. I don't have right now. I have only euro versus USD position. I'm short from 1.1740. I'm aiming for 500-600 pips, and I will secure around 1.1560. So I'm aiming for this in the next period, testing of this, and then to see how it will develop from that point. Okay, so this is what I wanted to update you. And the key lesson here is that you need to cut your stop, you need to adjust your position when there is a shift on the market, when something happens, like gold broke a key support levels, very long-term support levels. Then you don't want to play and bet on the weak dollar when you have the gold, which is a major commodity, which is observed by many institutions and also by central banks. So, you know, the gold gave a pretty good clue and confirmed the strength on the dollar. Now we just wait patiently and see how this will progress. You know, I gotta stop above all of this activity, and then I will try to ride, you know, and try to take 500-600 pips. It's ideal target for me, this expansion 161.8, and also a strong cluster in the background. Now, you can place also a major Fibonacci level. You can find interesting thing that 38.2 is exactly where is the 100% expansion. Very strong support at near the 1.1440 or 430. There is a good chance that we can see the 320 pips potential downward move in the next period, and then that can retrace for some and maybe potentially run for new lows. So play can something like this. It is also in play. Don't forget we have a high impact event, so always control your risk. So what can happen? We going the next period, trying to visit this, maybe react some. We'll see what will happen at that point, how many buyers we got. Let's say we did break out. Potentially the next area critical for euro is 1.1440 or 430. Now at that point, if we might see retrace again to this level, and then potentially try to ride for more lower prices, and potentially try to ride for at this key 161.8 cluster and 61.8 retracement. So in the next period, we might see something like this. Of course, this is just my general forecast what can happen, but critical level for now to watch support is 1.1565, let's say, or let's say 1.1560 level. Breakout of that will confirm further potential test to 1.1440. That will be the key support. If we don't react stronger than that and we break that, absolutely it's possible that we see 1.1 on the test. 1.1100, yeah, on the test. So okay, this is my opinion, the euro versus US dollar. Gold confirm the strength in dollar. Be very careful. Informed traders, in my opinion, started already to bet on the strength of the dollar before these high impact events, before the employment change, before, which is even much more important, is before this interest rate decision, which will be next week. So that'll be all for this video. So for now, I cut the loss, I got stop out. The lesson here is to accept the stop loss like integral part and to cut the loss and try to ride your winners. That's the whole point about in financial markets. Now it's not easy to say that you're wrong and to accept the loss even before your original stop losses, you know, but this is a must part in professional trading. You must accept the loss. The sooner you cut, the sooner you recognize that you're wrong, and as soon you let your emotions don't control you, and the faster you can realize that you will become a professional trader when you understand that cutting the loss, when something changing, the market is always changeable, market is always fluctuating day by day, hour by hour, second by second. You need to adapt to current situation. So right now we have a position trade. We're trying to go for 500-600 pips. We want to secure around 1.1560. This is our play, and then let's see how that will develop. Otherwise, we also got stop loss in the tag. If something happens in the news, we will not be distracted. We will also cut the loss and stop the bleeding if we see again upward movement higher. Okay, so for now, I'm very bearish on the euro. Break out to 1.1800, confirm basically. And if you see the price action, I will just go to the intra frames. If you see this price action, watch the price action. There is no big buyers on the market. It's just sliding lower. So there is no big buyers. You see, the corrections are 30 pips, 18 pips, 20, 30 pips, and that's it. There is no sellers are absolutely in control, so be very careful. And I will offer this update. I hope you enjoyed, and you know, feel free to subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos, and feel free to comment. I wish you good trading and have a nice day.